Okay, we got Buffy Walker from Breeze Balls. Check the deck this week. I love it. I love a Santa and Gizmo deck. We've got hamsters for opening, which are really good. If not, you could put one of the tanks behind your new kid. If you've not got that, Ice Sniper Wendy at the midline immediately threatens your opponent's new kid, which is really good. It forces them to respond. All right, let's see what we open with today. Oh, we've got tanks for behind the new kid. I've got the Santa Gizmo start. That's fantastic if I don't need to respond to my opponents, which I don't. Right, I'll just set this up, which forces my opponents to have an answer for this immediately. If they don't, this could take 2, even 3 bars with the help of freeze. So yeah, you wait till your Gizmos split, then you hit them with the Santa, then you double hit them. Right, so they're not going to split anymore, but I can put Ice Sniper Wendy to support them up front there. This swarm should take care of Awesomeo, which they do quite comfortably. I've put some hamsters down to help them. Probably didn't need to do that really. Wendy's hit a freeze just as that goes off, so it's frozen the new kid, but it's been completely pointless. So I'm going to chuck down my Mintberry Crunch to support Santa. Right, we need an answer for this level 3 Sizzler coming in on our other side. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to drop Santa. We're going to hit him with the Mintberry Crunch. Then we're going to use Stan's ability. Then we can use Santa to recharge everybody. And look at that. Or like, so we're not crossing over with anything. We're making sure that we expend Stan's ability before we use it again. So easily took care of his Stan, and also we took care of that Sizzler. It hits us with the freeze. That's pointless. We're going to get the win very easily. Good first game. That was more or less perfect from my perspective. Couldn't have gone any better. I got a really good rotation. Right, next game. We've got Reader from some Russian team. I can't read Russian script. Right, let's hope we get a decent opening here. Right. Nothing great, so unless my opponent forces me to respond, I'll probably just go with Gizmo in the corner. It feels like a little bit of a waste, but Gizmo's still going to force a response from my opponents, which is what I'm looking to do. So they hit him with the poison, which should do the trick. That was really bad timing on my part. For all right, I'll hit them with the Mintberry Crunch and then they won't die to the poison. But then in comes the freeze from that Professor Chaos, and that takes care of that. Right, so he's got a Sizzler, so just going to freeze him, and that should take care of Sizzler. So that I accidentally hit the stand. I did not mean to do that. That was just muscle memory. That was a poor play on my part. Still though, we took care of that. So he drops his Mintberry once mine locks onto the new kid. We'll hit him with the power. Then we're going to hit the stand ability to keep Mintberry alive. We'll take the bar, and now he's dropped the 4-assed monkey. So we can easily just put down a tank to defend the new kid. And then I've got Wendy to finish off the Mintberry Crunch. We've got some interesting options in hand. How we proceed with this push very much depends on how my opponent responds to what I'm doing. So he hits us with that Labard. Unfortunately, Labard takes care of Wendy before she can use his ability. So I'll just drop the hamsters here. Okay, so we've got one coming in now with Stan. So we hit him with a freeze. Hamsters will make short work of him, and then we'll double freeze him using our Sizzler Stewart. This is an aggressive push now coming onto the opponent's new kid, and they can't even stop the hamsters. The hamsters take a bar. He needs a way to stop this Sizzler Stewart. If he can't do that, he's screwed. Right, so my Cartman's getting in range of his Cartman. So what we're going to do is hit him with that freeze. I'm going to then again hit him with freeze again. So I've got Santa back here, which should recharge my Awesomeo, but we're going to go ahead and use the Gizmo because there's nothing he can do to stop the Sizzler anyway. So that was another good game, very well played. So we were starting to build a backup push in case that one collapsed, and it did not. Alright, we've got Bontago from Gaybros, looking very pretty with his eyeshadow and pigtails there on his new kid. Right, so we've got hamsters for opening, which is great. We'll just see if we need to respond. No, we don't. Fantastic. This is forcing him to respond. He drops his own hamsters and he times it well so that he gets the kill over mine. I'll drop Ice Sniper behind my new kid to just take care of this. Ice Sniper will now threaten the new kid. Right, so he's dropped Kyle. I'm just going to immediately hit Kyle with a poison. We want Kyle to die as soon as possible. And it looks like Bontago is a bit triggered here. He's like hitting me with all the emojis. That's not going to help him. All that's going to do is distract him and like reduce his ability to respond quickly. I do not suggest doing that. Ideally, you'll play no emojis through the match. You might have the odd oops or haha or something, but generally you don't want to be touching those emojis. It's just a distraction. Right, so he hits Mare, so that's taking care of all 3 of those abilities. So we'll take Mare out with Sizzler. That's going to force a response. He's hit his Stand the Great to try and keep Mare alive for a bit, which works. Awesomo's getting melted by that Mintberry Crunch, and my Mintberry Crunch hasn't locked onto his yet. However, oh no, yes it has, because down it goes. Right, so we've got the Mintberry Crunch ability. I'm surprised that is up after the Mare. I guess the Mare's ability wears off. I think that lasts about 15 seconds, the Mare's ability. Right, he's really going to struggle here. I'm just going to freeze this. Oh, I've mistimed that freeze massively. Yeah, that was a bit silly, but still I am in full control here. So we managed to get Mintberry's ability off before the poison kills us. So that is going to more or less take care of that Labard. It'll just get killed by my new kid now. And now we can restart the push. We can hit Santa behind the new kid. And we can start to build the next wave. We've got a minute to get that 3rd bar. Let's try. And our opponent just hard cast Coon, not even using Call Girl. So that's a poor tank choice this week. The only reason to ever use Coon really is along with Call Girl. Otherwise, he's just not really worth the 5 energy in my opinion. Right, so we're going to back Santa up with the Ice Sniper and the hamsters, and we're just going to melt Coon now. So he's got Santa over here. What I'm going to do is hit the freeze over there, because that Gizmo Swarm is going to win the game for us. And just look at that, melting the opponent. Good game. There were 3 really easy wins there. I got fortunate not to run into any whales. All right, I'll see you next week.